It broke my heart that I could never do it for him. I'll never forget the day we sat on our couch in the living room and he was like, I just want to have a really honest conversation with you. And I just want you to tell me exactly what it is. Not this cute answer, not what you think I want to hear. None of that shit you've been telling me that you're working on it and it's just you and you in your head and all that. Like, for real. And I told him the truth. It's a disconnect. Like, I'm not naturally attracted to you in that way. And it's probably nothing that you can do about it. And his face, it was like, you remember Mortal Kombat when he would go in the chest and snatch the heart out? That's what I felt like I did. In this whole be honest with me, I was like, the man asked me for honesty and I gave it to him, but I don't think that that's what he was thinking I was going to say. And that was pretty much the beginning of the end of our relationship.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Then the weird part for us, that was when the whole open relationship dynamic was introduced, and almost as a means to save our relationship. And in the moment, I didn't think that that's what it was, but I later learned that that was like last ditch effort and a really, really, really bad effort because it pretty much tore us apart. I wish we had never done it. I don't have a lot of regrets about anything in life. That's one thing I very much wish we never did. It wasn't for us. And that's also not something you should do to save your relationship. Threesomes, bringing other people into your bedroom to save your relationship, really, really, really bad idea. If it's something you all just like, you think it might be sexy or cool, great, knock yourselves out. But bringing a person in because you're trying to put a band-aid on something, super bad idea.
A lot of you folks have been in something similar. A lot of you who may have gotten married early. And when I'm saying this, I'm talking to you fellas, because a lot of times women will marry, be in relationships with dudes, all these things, and not even be physically attracted to the dude. So that's one thing you really need to think about, guys, is who it is, if this woman's really into you. And Goldie talks about this a lot, and I'll probably plug the video in here for you guys to see it.
Choose who's choosing you. They end up being in relationships with women who don't really like them, right? And if a woman doesn't really like you, it comes out in all these ways. That's why your relationship's never gonna work. You started wrong. She don't really like you. You had to chase her to get her. So if you had to chase her to get her, how you start is how you finish. It's never gonna end.
You guys to see it. But a lot of people are in relationships, and they shouldn't even be in relationships. It's just out of security. They're not physically attracted to the person. They're just looking for security or stability, or just someone just to be there to pay their bills. And meanwhile, they'll deal with somebody else who they really want to be with on the side. So fellas, you need to know that off top. You need to be with a woman that's head over heels over you, that is willing to do anything for you. You feel me? This is 16 years. She said no longer attracted. She probably was never attracted to him. And ladies, a woman's feelings change all the time, guys. Her feelings change all the time. The woman you wake up with today can be completely different tomorrow. As much as women like to say that, women will ghost, women will stop talking, women will let another dude clap just because she feels that way. But here's another video right here coming up. Let's check this one out.
Thinking of long-term relationships, marriages, people having children, bodies changing, and someone can become unattractive. And how would you handle that?
I think communication, be honest, because if you let that fester, it's going to become...
This is one of those things that, like, I don't think just communicate and be honest is the solution. Like, that's really hard to say to someone. Like, what do you say?
If you got into a relationship with someone, I'm assuming at some point you were attracted to them, and then something changed. So it doesn't mean... or at least I'm assuming that the thing that changed isn't this thing that's irreversible.
What if it is? What if it's like having children and your body's different, stretch marks, things aren't going back in place like they used to? What if that's the thing?
Then you need to save up your money and get a good surgeon.
What?
All jokes aside, I think it's hard to even like imagine, because you having children, despite the changes that may have done to your body, have made you more attractive to me. Every change to your body is just something that I appreciate more, and especially when I see my children. So it's hard for me to imagine that someone could feel that way about their partner.
Happens all the time, good buddy. I'm sorry if I didn't have the mic here before, but hopefully you guys still heard when I was talking just now. But it's a reality. And what the first lady said, opening up your marriage to threesomes, other people, other partners, it doesn't work for everybody. Just like having kids doesn't improve the relationship either. You guys are dealing with other people. If you want to be roommates, that's fine. You have a lot of people who have these poly relationships where they can deal with multiple people and just go on that. But I guess they have their feelings intact, but not everybody can do that in that way. Now, when it comes to age and looks and becoming the attractive portion of it, our looks fade. Everybody looks fade. What it is that you're getting married for, as we talk a lot about, as you get older, sex a lot of times is at the bottom of the list. Now, you guys are gonna be like, well, looks and sex doesn't automatically correlate, but yes, it does a lot of times. Because if you're not sexually attracted to a person, if you don't find this person attractive, it may not be anything there. You might not even want to deal with that type of thing. But the fact of the matter is, men, you need to know before you propose to a woman, get married to a woman, and you need to understand that if she is going to have kids, that her body's going to change. And as you get older, if this is the woman that you decide to be with, you have to accept all of that. Now, her letting herself go, that may be an unforeseen circumstance, like my man was joking and saying something about a surgeon, but a lot of people are dead ass when it comes to that. I think that you have an obligation to be the coolness of your spouse's eyes. You want to look the best for your spouse. You want to stay in shape. You want to keep it up. Anything outside of that, it could be other issues but a lot of times people don't change. I'm talking about adults in relationships. When you're actually in your 30s, I'm not talking about when you're a teenager getting married or 19, 20, because you are going to have some different experiences. You're going to experience different people. I'm not talking about romantically, but you're just going to encounter different people. And that may be one of those things where you've grown completely apart. But when you get up in age, what I mean by that is like late 20s, early 30s, you're pretty much stuck in your ways. So it's very rare for somebody to completely flip and be a certain way, unless they just don't want to be with you. A lot of people sabotage relationships because they just don't have the courage or the balls to walk away from someone and do those things. You take these vows are pretty serious, right? The vows are serious. I know you write your own vows. If you wrote it in there, hey, if you happen to become ugly one day, I'm going to go out and get clapped or clap these cheeks. That's not something that the average person is basically looking for when they're looking to get married. They're looking to have a monogamous relationship with this person that they don't want to share with anyone else. At least that is in a traditional sense. We're not talking about polygamy or whether religious reasons, adopting multiple wives and or husbands, whatever your flavor of the week is. But fellas, this is something that you need to be conscious of. Goldie said it. He said it perfectly. I know that to be a fact. And ladies, a lot of times you aren't in love with these men. You may like him, you like what he can do for you, but it's all conditional. And you're out of there. You straight up skating. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about these videos right here. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next videos. It's going to pop up on the screen below. That's where I'm going to see you guys at. Listen, it's your favorite everything. This is wisdom. I'm the best. Let's run it up to 1 million. Quit playing with me. Peace.